Your parents needed 3 years of income to buy the average Canadian home. You need 9. The same country, the same dream, 3 times harder. And before someone tells you it's because you spend too much on coffee, I'm going to show you exactly why that argument is wrong. Let's go. Housing prices didn't just go up, they decoupled from income entirely. When something decouples, it means the normal relationship breaks. Prices and incomes used to move together, not perfectly, but roughly in the same direction. That relationship broke somewhere around the mid-2000s, and it's been getting worse every decade since. So before we get into what you can do about it, you need to understand the 5 reasons that this happened. And here's what I'll tell you up front. Reason 4 is the one that's going to hit different for you because it has nothing to do with the housing market. It's sitting in your driveway right now, and it's quietly costing you hundreds of thousands of dollars in purchasing power. But we have to build to it because without the context, it won't land the same way. So reason number 1, Canada added nearly 1 million people last year. We did not build 1 million homes. You're throwing a dinner party, 20 extra guests just showed up. You put out 2 extra chairs. That's not a housing market. That's a waiting list. And the people already sitting at the table, their seats just became worth a lot more. Supply and demand, the most visible reason and the one that gets the most airtime. But here's the thing, supply alone doesn't explain the full gap between 3 years and 9. There are 4 more reasons stacked on top of it, and they don't just add up, they compound. Reason number 2 isn't about the market at all, it's about timing. And there's a specific window most Canadians are missing without even knowing it. A generation ago, the typical Canadian bought their first home in their mid to late 20s, often on 2 incomes, often with a family that helped that was financially meaningful. Today, people are marrying later, having kids later, starting out on a single income while carrying obligations their parents never had at their age. The window where buying makes financial sense, it hasn't changed, but the window where people are actually ready, it's moved 5 to 10 years later. Every year you're renting in a rising market is equity you're not building. That math compounds against you quietly every single year. But delayed timing isn't the real killer, it's what comes with it. Because the moment you graduate, before you've saved $1 toward a down payment, before you even looked at a listing, there's already something working against your mortgage qualification. And most people, they carry it for years without understanding what it actually is costing them. The average Canadian university graduate carries somewhere between $20,000 and $40,000 in student debt before they make a single mortgage payment. That debt, it doesn't just sit there. It actively works against you. It increases your total debt service ratio, one of the 2 key numbers that lenders use to decide how much they'll give you. Student debt, it's quietly shrinking the home you qualify for before you ever walk into a lender's office. So let's count what we have so far. Supply is against you, timing is against you, and now your qualification is already reduced before you made a single financial mistake. 3 forces, all compounding. But the 4th one, this is the one that stops people cold every time I explain it because it doesn't feel like a housing problem. It feels like a totally normal life decision. And until you see the math, what's your car payment? $400 a month? $550? $700? The average car payment in Canada right now is well over $700 a month. And most people treat that like a normal life expense, like groceries, like utilities. It's not. A $700 monthly car payment can delay your home purchase by years, not months, years, and here's why. Lenders don't just look at your income when they qualify you for a mortgage. They look at your income minus your obligations. A $700 car payment is a monthly obligation, and it directly reduces the mortgage that you qualify for by tens of thousands, sometimes hundreds of thousands of dollars in purchasing power. Gone. Because of a depreciating asset sitting in your driveway, you could be earning great income, saving diligently, doing everything right, and a car payment you thought was totally normal is quietly gutting your buying power before you ever sit down with the lender. I'm doing a full dedicated video on the car rule, the exact threshold, how to calculate where you stand, and how to fix it when you're over the limit. That video could generally be worth more to your financial future than almost anything else on this channel. So subscribe so you don't miss it. Now, I've shown you 4 reasons the math shifted against you: supply, timing, student debt, car payment. But the 5th one is different from all of them because the first 4 are things that happen to you. The last one is a mechanism, a transfer. And once you see how it works, you'll understand why getting into the market isn't just about owning a home. It's about which side of the equation you're on. Inflation hit everyone over the last few years. You felt it at the grocery store, at the gas pump, at the daycare invoice, but real estate didn't just inflate, it accelerated. When real estate rises faster than inflation, faster than wages, faster than savings rate, it doesn't just get more expensive, it transfers wealth from people who don't own yet to people who already do. Every year you're renting, you're absorbing costs, increases that are building someone else's net worth. That's just how the math works. And here's what I need you to actually hear. The same math that works against renters works for owners. Powerfully, aggressively, compounding every single year, which means the goal isn't to be angry at the system. The goal is to get on the right side of it. So here's where we land. 5 reasons the math shifted against you. 1, supply couldn't keep up with demand. 2, life timing pushed buying later. 3, student debt reduced your qualification before you ever started. 4, car payments are destroying purchasing power for buyers who have no idea it's happening to them. And 5, real estate outran every other asset class and transferred wealth in one direction. None of those are your fault, but the families getting into the market right now aren't luckier than you. They're just using a different playbook. HELOCs, TFSAs, FHSAs, mortgage structures that didn't exist a generation ago, strategies that let you engineer your way, and even when the entry point feels impossible. Strategies that let you engineer your way in, even when the entry point feels impossible. The next video walks you through exactly how, including one real client who dropped their debt service ratio from 49% down to 40% in 6 months without touching their income. If that's something you need, hit that subscribe button. That video is coming. And before you go, check out my last video where I break down current mortgage headlines. It'll help you take the next step. I'll see you there.